If you don't take into account these placements, then not only will you not be able to look at your spiritual elevation, the soul's manifestation, but many a times the material gains may also elude you. Hello, Namaskar and Adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan, once more with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. This is a video I'm doing on a specific request from one of the viewers. His name, the profile name is Constantine, if I remember right, and this is more to protect his privacy. But my friend, if you want to give your real name in the comment section below when this video comes, then please do mention your name. Now this is an important request coming from because this person had told me that I'm doing videos on planets from planets. Many of the videos I've already done on different planetary placements, 12 houses from the moon. Just a few days back we did Jupiter in the 12 houses from the moon also. So this is an important request because here we are talking about the placement of the Amatyakaraka from the Atmakaraka, and because these two are very important. These are very important Gemini Karakas as well, and have a big role to play in the manifestation, not only in the material results but all the spiritual results, and hence to look deeply into and understand the relevance of the placements from each other become very important. So here, keeping the Atmakaraka at the center and then observing how the Amatyakaraka, which is the general or the minister for the soul, how it plays out different manifestations, helping in the manifestation of the soul, helping in the manifestation of the soul's elevation, while also taking care of the material results of the individual are very important. So let's jump in and see how the placement of the Amatyakaraka in the 12 houses from the Atmakaraka will manifest different results for us and maybe help in the soul's elevation as well. Now when the Amatyakaraka is conjunct with the Atmakaraka, or in the first house from the Amatyakaraka, as it is said, when they are conjunct with each other. So here the main role of the Amatyakaraka is to help in the spiritual elevation of the Atmakaraka, and this is a very strong manifestation because the zodiac is given the opportunity for the Amatyakaraka to be able to be supremely helpful to the Atmakaraka. However, it places an important role on the Amatyakaraka to combine its own energies along with for the material manifestation but also for the soul's manifestation. So, for example, if they are together in the 6th house, then serving others, using your ethical means and not moving away from your values, and having a life of spirituality and service is this manifestation. So you need to see in which house they are conjunct with each other, and also see which are the planets which are conjunct with each other as the Atmakaraka and the Amatyakaraka. So for example, if the Atmakaraka is the sun, which is also the natural Atmakaraka or the soul's manifestation, and say the Amatyakaraka is the moon, and then the two are together, then it means that you need to care for others in a responsible way, in a empathetic manner, in an understanding manner, and to nourish the others or people who you work with, people who you live with. So in day-to-day life, because here they both are conjunct, so in day-to-day life you cannot move away from the Atmakaraka's manifestation when you're looking at the Amatyakaraka's responsibility and the action. So they have to work together here because sun is the Atmakaraka, so in a responsible, in the leadership manner, in an authoritative manner maybe, but with the nourishment, the caring, the empathetic nature of the moon. And also to pick a career also which helps others, serves others rather than serves only yourself materialistically. Now when the Amatyakaraka is in the 2nd house from the Atmakaraka, this means that the person needs to work ethically and with values to be able to earn the manifestation of the soul for the soul's elevation. And the person's career should be also less about materialism, less about material pursuits, but more about in an ethical manner to earn your livelihood without sacrificing your values, and then to take care of the extended community also that you live in. And this is important that you support others, you nourish others, and you also help others to be able to make their own livelihood, and they should also be able to stand on their own feet, but with ethical character, with moral character as well. Now, say for example, if the Atmakaraka is in the 4th house and the Amatyakaraka, say for example, is in the 5th house, second from the Atmakaraka, then this means that you need to also bring up your family in with values which are very ethical and full of morality also. This also means don't sacrifice your own values just to get a better job, to get better assets, and just to get better earning, which the 2nd house from the Atmakaraka represents. Don't cheat in your romantic relations because the 5th house is getting involved also, and because the 4th house is where the Atmakaraka is placed and the Amatyakaraka is placed in the 5th house. So don't cheat in your romantic liaisons, and don't teach wrong values to children while you're manifesting the soul's manifestation, the Atmakaraka's manifestation, while keeping your livelihood, while keeping the earning, while keeping the ability to be able to earn assets in a value oriented manner without sacrificing the soul's manifestation. Now when the Amatyakaraka is in the 3rd house from the Atmakaraka, so here because the Amatyakaraka is in the 3rd house from the Atmakaraka, this means that the person needs to work towards your spiritual manifestation and your spiritual elevation rather than working hard towards your material needs. And this is the person who needs to work hard towards be able to achieve the soul's purpose. And so this is a person who also needs to work even in their communication. They should come across that the communication should also be towards helping others, guiding others toward their own elevation also, through their spiritual elevation also. So working hard on your communication, working hard so that your communication is also most of the time is talking about your Atmakaraka or the soul's elevation, or doing a work in which your soul's elevation is also possible while you're working hard in some other manifestation also. So working hard towards both, on the one side the materialism, but not to sacrifice the soul's manifestation, but to work harder towards that than material manifestation is this placement. So for example, if the Atmakaraka is in the 6th house and the Amatyakaraka is in the 8th house, for example, 3rd from the Atmakaraka, then it means that you need to help others through their challenges. Make that as one of your important goals. You need to motivate people, you need to encourage people so that they themselves can be very spiritual. Even in their worst of challenges, even in their worst of obstacles, issues and sudden challenges that come up in their life also, they need to be ethical and moral also. So you need to first be able to help soul's manifestation through keeping your goals connected to helping others, and you yourself, when you face challenges, you face issues, you don't move away from your service, you don't move away from your karma. Make your service your karma. Through that the soul's elevation will also happen, and you may also get gains, or your career may also get connected to the 8th house, because the Atmakaraka is in the 6th house of service and the Amatyakaraka is in the 8th house, 3rd from the Atmakaraka. So the more you work hard in your service, you will get better gains in your service also, working with other people, helping other people, and through that you will be able to elevate your soul, and also the soul's purpose is also achieved. Now when the Amatyakaraka is in the 4th house from the Atmakaraka, this means that this individual has to work towards supporting the soul's manifestation at home, in your domestic life. You need to be more patient, be more willing, more serving at home. Keep your ego in check at home and do everything for the family. And keep each of your family members' needs above your own needs. Nourish the family both financially as well as emotionally. And in getting material gains, don't cheat, don't be unethical, and in helping family, ensure that through that you also achieve the soul's purpose. Now if the Atmakaraka is in the 2nd house while the Amatyakaraka is in the 5th house, 4th from the Atmakaraka, then it means that your romantic liaisons should also be in such a manner that you want to set up home with that person, not just to have a good time with the person and then let go of the person. So when you're trying to get into a relationship, you should also look to have a long-term relationship rather than a short-term. At least your beginning need should be that, or your beginning approach towards a romantic relationship should be that. Then your soul's manifestation will also come from when you try to earn for the family and to nourish the family and your children. That family role has been given to you. Maybe you are not able to play the role of a family person in your earlier innings. And you need to ensure that even when you make a change in your job, and when you're applying for a job or looking for a change, then your higher reason for the job change should not just be for higher earning, but also to take into account what the family's need are, what the domestic need is. Which means don't go away too far away from the family, but to also nourish them financially while keeping closer to them, so that you're also emotionally available to the family as well. So a lot of family role is given to you while you play the role of the soul's manifestation as well. Now when the Amatyakaraka is in the 5th house from the Atmakaraka, this means that this is a very strong gain bringing placement also, but the gains will come in only when you try to manifest the soul's purpose, and life's gains will come higher or more when you serving the soul's purpose with a purpose of elevating the soul. So the better person understand what the soul's purpose is, what their life's meaning is, the better the gains will come in, the more the gains will also come in. The career changes will also come as a test to you. They won't be easy, and they will come as a test towards the soul's manifestation. So many times investment opportunities may also come as a test to whether you are going for a shortcut or going for risk or going for gambling type of action, because of which you will get the quick moolah, the quick buck, rather than earning through ethical means, rather through looking at how your investment should also be working over a period of time, but to be able to achieve the soul's manifestation, soul's elevation, while not being unethical. Because if you're unethical in your investments, go for shortcuts, then the soul's elevation will be something that you will put an obstacle to. Also, how you treat the opposite gender, because the Amatyakaraka is in the 5th house from the Atmakaraka. So this will also be a test of how your soul's cleansing will also come in, from how you keep your soul clean from blemishes, and not to be a Casanova, not to be somebody who is looking for a quick release, but looking at relationships in the long run. So try and pick a practice or hobby or some action that you do regularly, which will not only help bring gains, but also in such a manner that you are giving back to society and helping the soul's elevation also through that. Keep in mind which of the planets, which are the Atmakaraka and the Amatyakaraka. Now say for example, if the Atmakaraka is in the 5th house, while the Amatyakaraka, say for example, is in the 9th house, 5th from the Atmakaraka, then the gains will come in when one is ready to learn the lessons taught by the zodiac, taught by life. And when the person becomes more spiritual in their learnings and doesn't shun life's lessons, which the life will throw at you from time to time, even if they are better or bitter results or bitter lessons. And your travels will also come in with some soul's purpose being satisfied or being served. So remain ethical even while traveling or moving away from home, and serve with the intent not only to use your learning, use your experiential situations that life has thrown at you, not only to be able to learn and use that to your advantage for your gains, but also for your spiritual elevation. Now when the Amatyakaraka is in the 6th house from the Atmakaraka, for this individual, this is an important manifestation of service itself becoming the main goal in life. So serving at work, serving at home, serving the needy, serving the sick, serving those who are in need of some support, those who are working below you, but serving with ethics, serving with high values, serving with high moral ethics is important here. So when the person has to overcome challenges at work, the person has to overcome challenges of bitterness, the person has to overcome challenges of competition, then through that the person will be able to also elevate the soul. Even when there are downfalls, yet the person remains ethical, moral, optimistic, and looks at every opportunity to serve others. Through that the soul's elevation will happen, because this is a important placement, the Amatyakaraka going 6th from the Atmakaraka. Now say if the Atmakaraka is in the 1st house while the Amatyakaraka is in the 6th house, then this is the highest manifestation of service. Whole of life's goals, whole of life's purpose should be to serve others. Even if you're doing business, even if you're involved in some career, one's approach should be that I want to serve others. And profit should come secondary, and in fact your profits and gain should also be aligned to serving others. And a lot should also be given to philanthropy from your earnings, because through that the highest level of soul's elevation will be possible. Now when the Amatyakaraka is in the 7th house from the Atmakaraka, here relationships are key to the soul's elevation. So here the person needs to learn how to keep the balance between their own needs and others' needs, and also the balance between the spiritual needs and the material needs. Gains will come to this person when this balance is achieved, rather than shunning away or moving away from this balance. Many times the test is also to put others before self. In fact, all those people who you may meet on a day-to-day basis, because the Amatyakaraka is 7th from the Atmakaraka, where the 7th from the any house also means all others who you get connected on a day-to-day basis related to that house. So yeah, all the relations that you have on a day-to-day basis, keep the material gains on one side, but keep the relationships important and above the material gains also. So if the Atmakaraka is, say for example, in the 2nd house and the Amatyakaraka is in the 8th house, then this means that you should not sacrifice your relations for higher earnings or material gains, and you should help others in their tough times, which the 8th house represents, and even in your toughest times not to let go of those relationships, and in fact to make your relationships your strength. Keep the balance between both your spiritual needs and your material needs, and understand life challenges so that you earn higher spiritual elevation and manifest the soul's life's purpose. Now when the Amatyakaraka is in the 8th house from the Atmakaraka, so here understanding different blockages, obstacles, challenges and overcoming those ethically with values is important for your spiritual elevation. This is also means of spiritual cleansing or sanitization also. Also the longevity of your spiritual elevation also, because the Amatyakaraka has gone 8th from the Atmakaraka. So here it is important for the person to try and understand life's deepest mysteries through these challenges, through these problems, and try and learn these mysteries better through those issues which are coming up. In fact, sudden challenges, sudden obstacles that are coming up. If your career is stagnant, then understanding that nothing comes easy and overcoming those challenges in your career, in your gains, is a spiritual challenge identified for you by the zodiac. So to keep the spirits high, values intact even in the most trying of circumstances, and not to usurp other people's monies or other people's assets for your own gains, not to cheat others, not to be disloyal to others, and if you do that, you will muddle not only the soul but also spoil the chances of spiritual elevation. Now for example, if the Atmakaraka is in the 6th house and the Amatyakaraka is in the Lagna, in the 1st house, then serving others through their challenges, their issues, is a goal given to the soul, identified for the soul. So choosing your actions or even career around serving others, helping others, elevating others, and helping others in their distress will then help in your soul's elevation. Now when the Amatyakaraka is in the 9th house from your Atmakaraka, so here the highest spiritual elevation will come from you being a learner as well as a teacher, a guru. So you learn and then you teach, you spread your knowledge, you spread your wisdom. So getting the highest learning in your area of your work, in your area of your competence, and through your highest learning to be able to help others in their spiritual elevation, and through that achieve your own. So cutting across national boundaries, even traveling abroad to serve others, and with your highest competencies, elevate their highest competencies so that you help others more, and through that elevate the soul. So don't shy away from learning from life's bitterest of challenges and using that to guide not only you but to guide others, so that you bring gains to others, gains will come to you. So to keep the faith, which is very important here, the 9th house manifestation is coming, and even in the most challenging of situations, and respecting knowledge, respecting the learning that you are getting from your gurus, respecting the spiritual learnings is what will bring you both the spiritual elevation and will also manifest the soul's purpose. Now say if the Atmakaraka is in the 3rd house and the Amatyakaraka is in the 11th house from the Atmakaraka, then it becomes 9th. So this will bring in gains to you when you help society, when you help larger organizations and help others through your work in large organizations or getting connected to society's larger responsibilities. So you're getting highly qualified and competent in helping others in your area of work, whether you're working for some societal work or getting connected indirectly to societal work through your work, whether you're working in a large organization, in manufacturing or in service, and through that to help society, and through that to be able to help higher purpose, higher soul's elevation, to social responsibilities as well. Now when the Amatyakaraka is in the 10th house from the Atmakaraka, so here your chosen career and karma both need to help in the soul's purpose, in the soul's manifestation, in the soul's elevation. So this is a very special placement, as here your karma is given precedence over material results. So even in your career, you need to put your heart and soul in it, so that then you are able to help in the soul's elevation, and your mind should be looking at how should I be able to serve better in my career, in my work, so that my soul's purpose is achieved. And that's the way to go. Being loyal, being accountable at work, working on having good rapport with superiors, with supervisors at work, and even in the toughest of challenges, to always look at how can I serve my organization, how can I serve my department, how can I be of better value to my superiors, and being humble rather than being arrogant, and being very committed to your work is important. Not shying away, putting up your hand whenever an important project or important sudden issue comes up, and not being dejected when sometimes your effort may not be rewarded as you feel you should be rewarded, but working on your karmic evolution is important here for the person. So say for example, if the Atmakaraka is in the 7th house and the Amatyakaraka goes into the 4th house, which is 10th from the Atmakaraka, then this means your better relations, your better connections at work, and how you put your heart and soul at work, and using that to have a better balance in your work and your family, because the Atmakaraka is in the 7th and the Amatyakaraka is gone into the 4th house, 10th from the Atmakaraka. So when you are able to keep the balance between your work and your family, then you will be able to achieve both the material gains as well as the domestic life will also be better. And so for this person, it's important to create a better atmosphere at work, just like one does at home, and to treat the people who are working below you not less than your family, and through that you will be able to help in elevating the soul's purpose and also achieve the soul's elevation. Now when the Amatyakaraka is in the 11th house from the Atmakaraka, your social goals, societal work, societal consciousness, societal obligations become very important, and the soul's purpose will be achieved, or the soul's elevation will be achieved. The spiritual elevation will also be achieved through how you are able to serve society better. So here one's wishes, one's desires should also include what one is doing for society, what your social responsibilities are, what are your desires that should not come in the way of giving back to society, to do your societal obligation. They should not become an impediment to your social responsibility. So your work should also have in some way connection to societal causes, societal responsibilities as well. So working towards, say for example, a more happy, congenial, better supported, better served society, and contributing your utmost towards societal goals, societal elevation is important here. So in some way your career, your work should be attached to how you can better the society, you can contribute more towards society. So both the gains, both the material as well as the spiritual will come in to you through these manifestations and through these responsibilities that you will be able to serve. Now say for example, if the Atmakaraka is in the 9th house and the Amatyakaraka is in the 7th house, 11th house from the Atmakaraka, then the higher learning for the person should be able to help you in also doing societal responsibilities and societal contributions, because the Atmakaraka is in the 9th house, so you learn from there, and the Amatyakaraka is in the 7th house, so there you contribute. And because Amatyakaraka is in the 7th house, so the learning that you achieve, the competency that you achieve, the higher qualification that you achieve should be for others, to do more for others, because the 7th house is all about others, everybody that you connect on a day-to-day basis. So here one's aim should be how to get better and more competent in your work, so that you give back more to society, to give back more to people who you work on a day-to-day basis, and also to keep the balance between your own needs and your spiritual needs as well, and then to be able to continue to play your task is important here. Also to have more faith in your work, that in doing good will also come better spiritual elevation, and you will also be able to manifest the soul's purpose. Now when the Amatyakaraka is in the 12th house from the Atmakaraka, here for the person the highest purpose of life is to give, to be charitable, and not to hoard for self, to keep enough to serve your own need and keep your needs simple. and keep the rest or do the rest for society or giving back to society, and in fact leaving a strong legacy behind. The 12th to any houses to give up, to leave a legacy behind in that house so that the soul elevation is achieved. So through one's work, through one's example, and through one's wealth that you leave behind, you will be able to leave a strong legacy of helping others, supporting others, and manifesting the soul's elevation. So don't fear or shy away from issues, from challenges, even isolation that you may go in through your work, and not to cheat or lie to others for material gains is important here. So the more giving you are, the more accepting you are of, and being more accepting spiritually, the better the soul's chances of the soul's elevation. Now say, for example, if the Atmakaraka is in the 7th house and the Amatyakaraka is in the 6th, then serving others through making connections, through having better relations, and serving those who come in contact with you on a day-to-day basis, and through keeping discipline, which the 6th house represents, and keeping the needs of others, all others, including your life partner, above self is important. So the more control you are of your own needs, and you're more giving, and you place others before you, and then they remember you as someone who served, helped them, cared for them, then your soul's purpose is achieved and your spiritual elevation is almost given to you when you're able to leave a strong legacy behind of giving, of donating, and of being charitable. So friends, now that we have discussed how the Amatyakaraka and the 12 houses from the Atmakaraka will manifest different results for you, and in what way you should approach this distance of houses from the Atmakaraka of the Amatyakaraka, and through understanding that distance, understanding the meaning, the higher meaning, and through that be able to achieve both your life's purpose, your career, your work, your karma, as well as your soul's purpose. So friends, like this video, share this video, and if you're looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me, the links given below. Until some other time with some other video, this is your friend, astrologer and guide Irfan, signing off. Ciao.